All right, so today I turned 24, and as weird as it may sound, this is like the first birthday that I've been excited about in probably a few years. For me, my 20s have just been this weird like roller coaster of emotions. There's been some really good highs and some really bad lows. I'm gonna go off on a limb here and say I feel like that's how a lot of people my age feel. When I turned 21, I was excited because I could drink legally, but I was at a very weird place in my life. I had just dropped out of college. I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. I just knew I kind of wanted to travel a little bit. At 22, I'd been traveling for a while, but I didn't really have like a direction that I was going, and that was kind of tough. And then at 23, I kind of lost all of my money or spent it all on stupid shit, and I was forced to go back to work, and that's still what I'm doing now, but I don't have the same outlook on it as I did back then. So what changed? How did my mindset change from fuck work, I want to travel, to, I feel a little bit better about all this stuff? First off, I definitely found a little more direction in my life. And honestly, as much as I hate to say it, I think having a real job really helped me with that. Any 20-year-olds that are kind of confused, I would recommend getting a job, a stable job, not necessarily a retail job or a restaurant job, but I would get something that kind of has to do with something you're interested in. For me, I liked construction, so I wanted to go run heavy equipment because I thought that'd be fun, and that's still what I do, and I find it pretty fun still, for the most part, but it's not a forever job, and I think your 20s are for just exploring jobs and exploring careers and just trying to figure out what the right fit is for you. Becoming mature and getting better at adulthood is definitely something that comes with age, but I think even more so, it comes with deliberate practice. You have to practice doing those things. It's not just gonna come. When I got to 23, I felt like I had nothing to show for the last 3 years of my life. And to be honest, for the last 23 years of my life, I'd done a lot of traveling and I had some great photos and great memories, but the worst thing was I just felt like I was falling behind financially, with relationships, with everything. But I think my fear of falling behind was my problem. Like me, most 20 to 30 year olds, I feel like for the most part, at least for my generation, are lost, aimless, adrift, don't really have a direction that they're going in life, and they don't really have a goal in mind. And like, that's totally okay. And it's really, really bad to compare your lost, aimless, adrift, no direction having self to all of these people on social media, and in particular Instagram, and pretend like all of the bad things or the good things that you're going through are just not really real. For me, I have a brother who lives like the coolest life ever, and for a long time I compared myself to him. And let me tell you what, when you stop comparing yourself to people like that, the world just kind of opens up for you. Your goals become more clear, your time opens up, and just in general, your life becomes better. Your 20s should be about growth and change. There was a study done, and people change more from 20 to 30 than any time before or after that. So 20 is the perfect time to become the person that you want to be. And it should take place on your terms. It shouldn't be in comparison to what this other person is doing. All in all, it should just be based on who you are as a person, not by someone else's description of who you should be or what you should be doing. If there's one thing I learned from the last 4 years of having a 2 in front of my age number, it is that right now life is gonna be messy, and I think it should be messy. Like, it's a lot more fun and enjoyable when it is messy, but it doesn't mean you should just like fuck off for 10 years. I think it's a perfect time to basically just like set the foundation of what you want your life to be. And that doesn't necessarily mean going out and getting your dream job like tomorrow. Mostly just means taking it day by day and doing the little things here and there that are gonna get you to accomplish your goals. There's a quote by Oprah Winfrey that says, if you take care of the minutes, the years will take care of themselves. For me, my goals in my 20s consist of like testing myself on waking up at 3:30 a.m. just to go hike mountains like this. That's me. That's one of my crazy goals that I just wanted to do. But For you, that might be totally different. My point is that now in your 20s is the best time to try to do these crazy things and to push your limits a little bit and push your boundaries. There's just never going to be a better time in your entire life to become the person you want to be and do the things that you want to do. Just make sure you have a good heading, and like I said, just take those little steps, because those are what's going to lead you to the life that you created, and you're going to be able to enjoy it. So for those of you in your 20s, I highly recommend this great book called The Defining Decade. I listened to it on Audible because reading makes me want to go to sleep. But for those of you in your 20s, I highly recommend it. It is probably the best book I've read in the last 4 years. Yeah, and I'm not just saying that. I actually read. Some of you guys don't actually read. I read. I listen. But it's the same thing. But anyways, if you guys made it this far, I really appreciate it. And if it's your birthday, I wish you happy birthday. But for me, I'm going to get the F off this mountain and go eat some cake and some pizza. Well, not in that order. Maybe in that order. There's going to be beer as well. I don't know where that's going to fit in the order, but that will be there. Anyways, seriously, thank you guys for watching. It means a lot. I'll see you guys very soon with more videos. Peace.